everyone, 𝘾𝘖𝙩𝙘𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗. So I'm with one of the senior players in the senior national team squad, Mr. 𝘰𝙀𝙁𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗. So 𝘰𝙀𝙁, when the team list was out, what were your initial thoughts on that? So how did you feel about the name list? Because we could see that most of the players were very young. We have a young squad, and being one of the senior most players in the squad, how did you feel?
For me, I personally felt very excited to see a lot of young players join the team. And when I talk about being a senior player, I'm not really like a senior player, I'm not as old. I'm just 25 as well, but still the newer players were much younger than us. So it was a pretty nice feeling to know that now we can, help the younger players grow and maybe have a successful AFC qualifiers.
Thank you, again. So you mentioned that you'll be looked upon by the young players now. You can guide them. So as a senior player, how do you balance being a role model as well as continuing to improve your own performance?
I think that's pretty easy because especially in the training. So when we set the standard for the younger players, like as we had our first training today, the younger players, they're much more energetic as well. So they also help us, push out our own stuff. So it's been quite easy to, cope up with the training as well, especially when we have younger players like, 𝘲𝘞𝙩𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗, 𝘊𝘩𝘢𝘢𝘀𝑆, and all those younger kids that were in the academy before. So it's quite easy, and I feel like it's a very good, thing to have when you have a mixture of experience and younger players.
So again, you mentioned that the team they're full of energy right now. It's first day of training. So what advice would you like to give to the younger players, to help them transition smoothly in the senior national team squad?
Personally, I feel like, when you have a lot of energy, you need to focus that energy into the right things, playing the right ball, making the right move. But sometimes when you're too energetic, you tend to become more aggressive. So I've learned that in my past experiences by looking at older players like 𝘾𝘖𝙩𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗 and 𝘊𝘪𝙀𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗. So it's been, it's quite exciting to have these younger players as well.
Okay. So again, you mentioned that you used to look up on 𝘊𝘪𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗 and 𝘊𝘪𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗𝙗. Now the younger players are going to look at you. They are going to say 𝘊𝑎𝑐�Ｈ𝑜. So how do you take that feeling, like the transition from calling others 𝘊𝑎𝑐�Ｈ𝑜 and now you're being called 𝘊𝑎𝑐�Ｈ𝑜? So how do you feel about that transition in the squad?
I'm not quite used to it yet because like I said, I'm still young. But to have these younger players look up to us, it's quite an amazing feeling. It means that we're maybe doing something right. So hopefully they can step up, and in the future then they can be the ones that the younger players look up to as well.
Okay, thank you again. So the final question. So we have the first match of the AFC Asian Cup third round with Yemen on 25th March. So we all know how important the fans are, the 12th man. So do you have any message for the fans during that home match?
It's going to be our first game for this AFC qualifiers, so please come and support us. A win would really mean a lot to us, and your support would really mean a lot to us as well.